Hello, my little Cancer soul warriors. Today, we're going to do your reading and see what comes up today. Hopefully something will help you. These are the water alchemy, I never can pronounce that word, alchemy oracles. And we're going to start out with 3 cards and see what your basic, where you're at right now. Okay, so these may be all upside down. So they are. So they're telling me to turn them straight, turn them right up. Okay. All right. So we change from time to time, and like 5 years ago, you weren't the same person, possibly. So the thing is, these cards today are who you are right now. Sometimes things you're going through, sometimes things you need to do, and sometimes ways to help you. So, first card out. Let's see, let me take my glasses off. Okay, this is, I'm going to bring it a little closer so you might be able to see it. This is a bubble. So, we'll get all 3 of them together, but I think at this point in time, you're kind of to yourself. You're in your own bubble, and you're very emotional, and you have stuff from the earth, you have butterflies. I think you're thinking a lot about how to change things. Okay, and this one is floating, and you'll see that she's just floating in the water, and of course there's a little bottle here. Can you bring it a little closer? Can you see the little bottle? There's like a message in a bottle. She's just waiting. She hasn't seen this message yet. She's just, kicking back, floating. It's not that she's struggling or anything. She's fine. But you see, if I can bring this a little bit closer, there's some, let me see, it looks like swords to me. So she's healing. Okay, you see the swords are down below. They're not hurting her. So she's healing. She's kind of resting. She's kind of floating. Right now, you're just kind of trying to heal. You're staying by yourself, off to yourself. But you are, I believe you are dreaming. And then you see there's earth things too. There's air things from the air. And let me see, here's another little mermaid. So this is more emotions, but you're healing. Just kind of kicking back right now. And this is the card foam. And you see all the water is really rough and churning, and she's just in the foam right now. So I believe your emotions are a little in turmoil right now, okay? And again, you see the birds, and in the background, I can get this, you can see the little dolphins, and there's a swan here. Now, swans mate for life, okay? But there's only one swan here. And let me look a little closer. These look like doves, okay? But she's just she's in a little turmoil right now, and that would make sense. You're off to yourself, you're healing, you're going through a little bit of turmoil. Great cards. Love these cards. They're beautiful. And these are the Mermaid Tarot, and I've already pre-shuffled everything. Okay, we're not going to, here, are we supposed to keep this one upside down or not? And they're saying no, don't keep it upside down. So apparently the whole deck is okay. So this card is 8 of Swords, and that would make sense why they told me to turn it back up right side, okay? Because at this point in time, I think you don't really, you feel kind of stuck. You don't really know which way to go, hence the bubble, hence staying off kind of to yourself, okay? So you've got some fear there of, well, if I do this, well, what if I do that? What if I do this? And but let's get some more cards and see a little bit more here, okay? And this is the Knight of Swords. Now, the thing about the Knight of Swords, and you see he's riding a wave. So knights come in usually pretty fast, except for the Knight of Pentacles. But a sword means truth. It can mean harm, because you can harm somebody with it, or you can defend yourself. But the sword is straight up, so this is the truth. So I believe you're resting and searching for the truth, something to help you. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is the Five of Wands. And in the Five of Wands, there's a little confusion there, which would go along with the Eight of Swords too. You really don't know which way to go right now. And it also goes along, it came out in this row, the foam where your emotions are churning. So a Five of Wands is like you need to focus more, but I think you're having a problem figuring out what to focus on. I mean, I think you know your goal, what you want, but sometimes it's like, well, I don't know how to accomplish it. You can't, you think this, or you think that, you think this. You need to get a little organized in your, more focused in your thinking. But I think that's because you don't really know what to do right now, what to think, okay? And I'm asking them. And they're saying one more row of these. Okay, let's do this. This is, oh, the World. Oh, I'm so happy for y'all. The World means it's like you've got the world in the palm of your hands. It's everything, it's a new beginning, a new world to you. But it's a great, great card because it's a new start, but with everything that you could imagine. All you have to do is focus. Focus on what you really want, or figure out how to focus. And this is the Five of Pentacles. And you can see there's, bring it a little closer. You see the person, they're like in despair. These cups, I'm sorry, pentacles, okay, are over here, and there's two more being offered in this deck. But a Five of Pentacles, a lot of times, is you've been left out, okay? So something happened to you, but there's more pentacles being offered. It says Five of Pentacles, but I'm sorry, I'm seeing, oh, that's her hand, sorry. Sorry, bad reader. But something happened to you, I believe. We're going in this row right here, and I'll pick up all the cards where there was a lot of emotions, a lot of, sometimes this card is even arguing, or a lot of commotion, and then this card hasn't come out yet. We haven't worked on that one yet. So, how did I get two cards? Apparently I got two cards. Okay, I pulled two. If I pull two, they always want me to take them. So there was a lot of possibly arguing, a lot of emotions in turmoil, and not being able to focus, and then you felt left out in the cold. So I do believe there was a lot of problems here. That's in your past. And then also, which goes along with this row here, the Seven of Swords. And you see in this deck, now this deck is a little different than the Rider-Waite, but the swords have been dropped and they're coming out of the treasure chest, and they're just going around and picking them up. Okay, so Swords in this case were, for all of this row, the swords were hurt for you. Something that hurt you, and you just picked up those swords. And it's like you, I'm trying to think how to word this for you. It's like you accepted those swords. You accepted the pain, okay, and the problems. All right, so these are the inner child cards, and they are very perceptive a lot of times. So let's see what we have here. So you went through something. You went through something with a lot of possibly anger. You felt left out in the cold, and then there again. But you just picked up, you stayed in a situation, or you picked up those swords. You picked up the pain in this deck. It would be different in the Rider-Waite. Okay, and I am so in this is so beautiful. You've got a new path after all of this, and you see you've got the world, and then here we go. This is, let me put it down a little bit more. In these cards, this stands for cups. It's emotions, love, kindness, nurturing, just beautiful, beautiful cards. But you see, there's two lovers, okay? And this is the Two of Hearts. So that would be, it means like a soulmate connection. And in the Rider-Waite, there's an angel above the two people. So it's the universe wants you to have this. They see what you've been through. But this is beautiful. This is true love coming in. You see the rainbows, and you see the dolphins. This is a beautiful, beautiful card for you. After, and you're staying by yourself. You're still a little bit afraid, but you've got the world coming in. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. This is the wizard. This would be like the magician, but a wizard. You see, in most tarot cards, if you see a white creature, it usually means spirit is there. But you see that he can do anything. He's got this little, if I can bring it closer, he's got his hands creating something. And there's a volcano in the background, which stands for power. And this is just a beautiful card. This is you, okay, where you have so much power. You were just kind of kicking back and waiting, okay? Waiting and resting and healing. But something is coming in. Some of the truth, and not only just truth, but something to help you figure things out. And then, but this is who you are. You're a wizard. But you've had to back off for a little bit, get to yourself to put everything together. Everything you've been through has just made you who you are today. So instead of, Cancer doesn't usually do that, I don't think. They don't usually look back and go, well, you know, cry on your beer song. But you do sometimes think, well, things don't work out for me because you're very emotional. But that's not the case. You're being given the world here. Okay, but this means that you can create your world, and then you're getting true love, a soulmate. Wow. And this is the Seven of Hearts, okay, which would be the Seven of Cups. Now you see here, she's in these cards, you see the glow around her, okay, and she's got all of these hearts up here with wings. She is becoming very spiritual, okay? Her emotions, and you notice if I can get this a little closer, she has a little star on her chest. So this is a very spiritual card in this deck. And this is wonderful because you've got the Seven of Cups, and it's choices normally in the Rider-Waite, but I don't see in this deck any choices. What I see is spiritual. You are becoming spiritually awakened. And you have the star on your chest, which means it's sort of like wish upon a star. Each deck sometimes is a little bit different. This is a beautiful reading for you. Hold on. Let's get some Moonology. And these are Moonology, Manifestation, and regular Moonology. Okay, so here we are. This is communication is a key. New moon in Gemini. And now I read the cards. I don't always read them astrologically, but you see, Gemini is two people. Okay, obviously they're both the same, but in this case, I don't know if you're looking for an opposite sex, hoping for an opposite sex partner or a same-sex partner. It really doesn't matter. But there you are. That goes along with this card. And it's a new moon, meaning it's a new start too. I love this. Okay, and this is surrender to the divine. It's a full moon. And you see, in the full moon, it's lit up, it's glowing. And so, again, you're getting a new start, and the moon always has a little bit of mystery because, again, we can't see the backside of the moon, so it can be mystery. You don't exactly know exactly where you're going with your dreams, with what you're hoping for. I think sometimes you're a little confused, but you're still heading out. You're not letting it back you down. And now this is clear your mind. Again, we got this in this row with the confusion, unfocused, possibly some fighting, you picked up swords of pain in a relationship, okay, and you felt despair. So all of these cards do go together, but you are becoming more spiritual through all this. So, wow. And then, but you do have to clear your mind and focus. For you right now, I think it's very difficult for you to clear your mind because you really don't know exactly what you want. But you have this coming in. You have a wonderful relationship coming in, but I think sometimes you think, do I really want it? You know, because of the confusion here. But I think deep down you do. It's just they're giving you, it's like the wizard, you have the ability to create this whatever you want. Okay, let me see what else they want me to do here. This is let me see if I can, this is the Keepers of the Light. Okay. Top or bottom, and they're telling me to pull it off the bottom. This, okay, right here, and this is hope, love, and acceptance. Wow, you got this after this card with true love in the world, and you got this also with new moon in Gemini, the two people. Wow. So this is hope, love, and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. So this is actually a beautiful card, and it just goes along with, you know, the world right here, and true love, and the two people together. I think that in your heart you may not at times you say, I don't want anybody else. But then at other times you say, it'd be nice to have someone to love me. But I think you're a little bit of a loner, okay, from the bubble card. And so I think sometimes you think, well, if I had somebody else, I'd have to share my life, you know. But when it comes down to it, if you had somebody that really, really loved you with all their heart and was an honest, true person, just a wonderful person as far as you were concerned, that I think you would accept them and be very happy. They're giving you the world, and they're also giving you, and the universe is giving you someone. I do want to say, let's go back to the very first card, and if you can see this, she looks like a beautiful person, and she also has wings. So this is a water card, and water cards don't normally, the people in the cards don't normally have wings, but she's in a bubble, so she's off to herself, but she's a very attractive person too. And she's got wings, but she can't fly right now. She's in the bubble. But she is protected from a lot of her emotions. So I think you kind of keep yourself off, and you don't let those emotions get to you. I think they do from time to time, quite a bit, because you have rough water. So let's see what this one is. Okay, this is Kali Ma, and this is Facing Fear. There we go. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. And here's the thing, that again goes along with the wizard, and you know, your, sorry, I've got it where you can't see. That goes along with your wizard, and then it goes along with your Knight of Swords. Truth is being offered to you, and not only truth, but sometimes swords are like a plan how to get through things. You know, you can defend yourself. I'm gonna go defend myself, and you are healing. It's taken you a long time. I feel like it's taken you a long time to come this far, but you've got a spiritual card too. I think it is awakening you to a more spiritual path. But I think sometimes you have fears. You think, oh, it's not going to happen for me, or something like that, or do I really want this? Because you're facing the fear that, well, what if it doesn't work out, or you know, what if they're not the right person, or do I really want somebody in my life? What if I do, I have to share my life? There's so many things, so many thoughts that you have in your mind that you've got to focus and get like laser focus. What do I really want? Because you have the ability to create it. And this is Diana. Focused intention. I just said that. Focus, like a laser focus. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. Now, I just said that. And if you'll notice, she's got the moon on her forehead, and that means she's also very psychic. Okay, the priestess also has the eclipse moon on her forehead, so you're very, very psychic. Wow. You just have to focus on what you truly, truly want. You have to figure out, do I want this? And then you have the ability to create it. But I think you've got some confusion there. Do I want it? Do I not want it? What? And so you have to figure out, what do I really want? And is it possible to have it? I think you're realizing now, because you're becoming more spiritual, I think you're realizing that you can have this. But do you want it? Do you really want it? And that's the key there. But they are giving you can have a soulmate now, a true soulmate. And in my book, a true soulmate is someone that makes you the happiest you could think of being. I mean, you still have to do things on your own and, you know, take care of yourself and your own thoughts, but they're just the other half of you. To me, that's what a true soulmate is. Where your soul is lacking in one area that you need to be happy in, they're that. And the same thing for them. They are where they're lacking in their soul. You fill that hole. And it's just so, so beautiful if you get a true soulmate. So I hope this helps. You know, you're off to yourself a little bit now, but you have the ability. Just a wonderful reading, wonderful reading. Just figure out what you really, really want. But I think you've had some confusion, but get that laser focus. I love y'all so much. I really hope this helps y'all, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for being here.